Okay, welcome to this screencast. We're going to be talking about humanistic psychology in this screencast. So, humanistic psychology is known as the third force. Why is that? It means that it's rebelling against something, and we have to figure out what it's rebelling against and why. We also have to figure out the views of the human person that humanistic psychology has, because you can't really figure out what they have to say about personality if you don't understand how they view the human person. And then connected to that, they feel like humans have specific needs, essential needs that go beyond the biological. And then we'll talk about how they see personality, structure, and development. Okay, so first let's start off with kind of a definition. I'm going to give you two definitions of humanistic psychology. I'd like to focus on the orange part first and some of the qualities. Freedom, free will, and potential for growth. The other thing, if we go to the yellow, they really believe very, very much in that everyone is this unique individual and everyone has a unique perception of reality that guides them. So here's two definitions for you, but freedom, personal growth, and unique perceptions. Okay, now let's get back to this third wave thing. Why did Carl Rogers call humanistic psychology the third wave? Well, consider psychoanalysis the first wave and behaviorism the second wave, kind of in modern psychology. Humanistic psychology is rebelling against both. Carl Rogers was trained first, I think, in Freud, basically, a lot of Freudian psychology. Maslow was a behaviorist. And those are your two main folks, Rogers and Maslow, right? So basically, if you read this carefully, okay? I'm going fast, but you can slow me down, right? So what is the motivating factor in human action, behavior, and how we think and what we desire? Well, for Freud, it's basically the unconsciousness and unconscious processes, desires. That's what primarily motivates us. We just are unaware of it. In behaviorism, it's the environment that conditions us, using rewards and punishments based upon the operant conditioning techniques. And in both of these, there is not a great emphasis on human freedom because I am conditioned in one of them, and in the other one, I'm kind of at the mercy of these unconscious processes, which I could get a hold of, but it's kind of hard to do that, right? Now, with humanistic psychology, the desire is for self-actualization. Now, how did Rogers understand self-actualization? Because this is the major motivating tendency for Carl Rogers, and also for Maslow. So for Rogers, first of all, it's really important to know this. It's an inborn tendency. He believes all humans are born with this desire to become the best version of ourselves we can, which has to do with developing our capacities, our unique capacities. So we're not just talking about walking, talking. We're talking that each individual has their unique talents that they want to fully develop and use for their own benefit, and hopefully for the benefit of others too. And so this self-actualizing, I'm just abbreviating an essay, don't do that on a test, it guides us. Now, this bottom part is the definition of personality. So I want you to see the connection between this desire for self-actualization and how psychologists talk about personality. So our desire for self-actualization is going to basically influence how we act, feel, and even think about ourselves. Because remember, with Rogers, self-actualizing tendencies can either be supported or they can be thwarted, right? Diminished by external factors and then a very negative self-concept. So self-actualizing tendencies are going to basically carve out our personalities for us. Let's talk a little bit about what these are. Right, so we talked about that. And then connected to self-actualization is what humans need. So we need positive regard, but wait, that's incomplete. That's really incomplete. So what is positive regard? This is some of the definitions of positive regard, but it's still incomplete. So this is what self-actualization is. This is what we need to self-actualize. I hope you're getting this. This is what's needed. This is kind of like the sun, water, and fertilizer. But there can be two kinds, conditional and unconditional. Now, this is the one that Rogers felt was the necessary element for self-actualizing is unconditional positive regard. This one is there are strings attached, meaning there are conditions. Think about it as, I love you if you do the following. Now, most people don't say that, but a lot of us are made to feel that way. Unconditional positive regard means there are no conditions to the love, warmth, acceptance, and respect that we give other people, right? So this is what he felt was a necessary component to self-actualization, unconditional positive regard. Okay, so we went through self-actualization. I'm going to end it here, and we'll finish up humanistic in another screencast.